It's your boys coming at you again with another podcast. It's Camel X here.
With Stubborn Weeb, and today we're going to be talking about what we think makes a game bad, because I think it was last week that we talked about what we thought made games good and fun.
Oh yeah, that was last week.
So yeah, we're going to be talking about the unfun and not good side of video games.
Like racism, man. That's the not good, not fun side of humanity.
Yeah, that is a bad side.
Yeah. Like, Hitler was not cool, man. Crazy guy, though.
He was a crazy man.
He probably threw some cool parties.
Alright, so to start off with, let's go ahead and go over what we've been playing this week. You have anything you want to share?
Well, I started to play The Last of Us, but then I was like, nah, I want to play this with CJ on the channel. So I didn't. I started to play Spider-Man, but then I was like, I've already beat this game 3 times. So then I stopped. I played like a round or two of Fighters one day. That was pretty cool. So I haven't really been playing anything at all this week.
I see.
Yeah.
For me this week, I haven't really played much either, to be honest. I've played
Why?
I played some Nintendo Land with my sister, and after that, I did play some fighters, but mainly I played Crisis Core this morning, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. I just wanted to kind of have some knowledge of Final Fantasy VII going in. It's a prequel to the original, so I thought it would give me some background info.
Rock on, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
It's not too bad. The combat's a little wonky, but I kind of get used to it, and it's kind of fun. It's not like my favorite thing ever, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Music's bumping.
Is that what's bumping?
I
I don't know what that meant. Alright. So has that been it? That's all you've been doing? Playing?
Well, I've been playing, man. So, with that out of the way, I guess we're going to hop on into the general discussion.
Oh, yeah. I love discussing things with you. Alright.
Alright, so we didn't really lay out anything for this like we probably should have. So
we should just talk, man.
We should just talk. I mean, like, it's where to start, though. That's the hard thing. So,
okay.
I'll just list something off. I'll throw something out that I think makes games not fun at all. And this is many microtransactions.
Yeah. Like, okay, the thing with microtransactions is I think it really depends on how it's implemented. Because, Fortnite or Apex Legends, both of those games have a ton of microtransactions, but they're not, like, integrated into the progression of the game, There's not anything that's forcing you to buy those, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, but then there's also games like,
Battlefront 2 when it first came out.
Yeah, there's that, but back to things not being tied to progression. Even in a single-player game, like, if I have a game and, it's about a few different unlockable costumes or suits, I'm like, okay, cool, and they want me to spend some money on other cosmetics, I'll say, okay. Like, Persona 5, I think it did really poorly. You could go buy cosmetics for your characters, but only on the PlayStation Store. There wasn't actually any way to buy different suits for your characters in-game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's something I kind of miss in older games. I remember playing a bunch of PS2 games, and you would be able to, unlock suits and other things. Like Spider-Man, PS4 did it well. Were there actually any costumes you had to buy?
Well, not any that weren't linked to DLC.
Okay, yeah. And then even Batman Arkham Knight, I think, did it well. It had a ton of costumes you could get in the game, but then it had a few you could buy for...
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's different in those, like, freemium games. It doesn't get to me as much, but in a single player game. I really don't like all the microtransaction things. I'd rather just have more full on expansion-y DLC. Like, as far as Assassin's Creed go, I didn't like how it always advertised me to buy these little suits that kind of grated on me, but I was fine with it advertising like, look, we made this big new expansion.
Yeah.
You can buy this.
A lot of the times in Assassin's Creed, like, there was always that, like, thing on the on the title screen, you know, that was like, oh, check out our store, we have all kinds of costumes and stuff. But you weren't ever really forced to buy them, and you could play throughout the entire game without ever even touching it.
Yeah, it's still annoying, though.
Yeah.
It's still something I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
It just tampers my experience a bit, knowing I just bought this full game, and they're not really wanting to enhance my experience necessarily with added content. They just want to sell me little things here and there. Mm-hmm. Just like nickel and dime my experience, and I don't really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that being an issue for some people. Like, for me, it's not really an issue because it doesn't matter how many times I see it, as long as it's not, like, saying, like, oh, you cannot, like, it's never going to tell you, like, oh, you can't progress past this point unless you buy this microtransaction. But it's like, oh, but you're going to have to play for another 16 hours if you want to do that. Or you could pay $3 and get, you know.
Yeah, I will say, though, if it's something lore breaking and they want you to pay some microtransactions for a costume or a weapon or something, I'll say that's cool. Like, if you want to play, I don't know, say, what's a good example? I don't know, Assassin's Creed Origins, and they want to give you
a car.
I don't know, what's something. Like, you know what I mean? Say you're playing Final Fantasy 15 and you want to get Lightning's weapon from 13, and they like, you can buy this for $3. I don't think that's an issue because it'd be kind of lore breaking to have in 15.
Yeah.
I mean, it could also be a cute little Easter egg, but I don't see that as a grievance because I think it's a good way for the company to get some money without messing up the game's inherent lore with just finding it in the world.
Yeah. I get that. But moving on from microtransactions, I think something that I really hate about games, is whenever they either sequel bait or just, like, the story's just not finished.
Like, where they have to put an expansion to finish it? Or?
Yeah. Like how the Shadow of War, or Shadow of games, I guess. The Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor games, because both of them had their endings unlocked, like their true endings in DLC.
That's not even cool.
No, like, and, like, the game, I guess, like, the game overall was fun, but then there's also, like, then it just ruins the whole experience because you're almost like, well, I did all of that for nothing because now I have to pay $20 more to see how it actually ends.
Yeah. I will say this about, I have a pretty positive opinion of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, but what it did was 3 had the most convoluted and awful ending, and then what the DLC did was it basically replayed the ending with a little few cutscenes in here to add context, and it made it a whole lot better, but it made you buy the DLC if you wanted to see an ending that made sense, which is kind of like the...
Yeah.
And it's... No, that stuff's annoying. No one likes that. No one likes getting a half-finished product.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, okay, that's something that... Okay, that's probably my biggest pet peeve in a game, is whenever it's just not a finished product. That is the worst thing. I think that's probably part of the reason why I didn't like Final Fantasy 15. Even, like, playing throughout the entire game, it always felt like something wasn't quite there.
Yeah, it did.
No, it always felt like there was something missing throughout the entire time I played. And I only played for maybe 15, 20 hours. But even that in that short time, I was like, I feel like I'm just jumping into a middle of a movie right now.
And you kind of were, because...
yeah, because there's literally that prequel movie.
The anime.
Yeah, the anime. And then there was... I think there's books after, right? They're
Yeah,
making
there's
books.
Yeah, and then they had a screenplay.
Yeah.
Like a 13-page screenplay that you had to read.
Yeah. And then like you literally just drop in and you're all like, well, I'm not quite sure what's happening.
And they dropped all of this DLC to fill out points in the game. The DLC was only about $20 extra if you wanted to get the season pass. But then they had some more after the season pass. I don't know how much all that was together. But then they also had a lot of free content, so at least they did that too. It didn't really iron out the story, but it helped the gameplay. But they didn't even have enough decency to finish out the people who stuck with the game. They're like, actually, the director left, and we spent a lot of money on this game, so we're just going to drop it off here. And then they didn't even have the true ending that the game didn't have, and now they released it in the book.
Yeah, like, you can't expect... And then, you can't expect people to enjoy that experience. I know people did for some reason. But, like, you can't... Like, for me, I couldn't enjoy that experience because it was just, like... It was just... It just felt so broken, you know?
It did. It wasn't like your typical Square Enix games. A lot of Square Enix games feel really polished.
Yeah, they do. And it wasn't like a lack of polish, I guess. It was more like... I guess it is a lack of polish, but it was just missing. Just missing so much. And then even...
NPCs felt awkward. They looked really weird.
Yeah, and then even just playing the game doesn't feel that good anymore. Like... you just hold a button and you're attacking the whole time, and then like combat literally freezes when you're about to be hit, and it's like press square in the middle of your screen. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, and that is literally all combat is like.
And if you just buy a lot of Phoenix Downs, you'll never die.
No.
And you don't need money for much else.
You don't.
No. So it's really easy to just be a god. And then summons are the worst thing. I haven't played like a lot of Final Fantasy games. I've gotten a little bit into 10, and I like the way it worked in that game. But like summons in this game are awful. I kind of forgot what they were like in 10. I guess a more accurate example would be Kingdom Hearts. But I like how I don't really summons their limits. But anyway, you have to fill up a gauge and then you use it. In Final Fantasy 15, there's no technical aspect to it. It's just completely random.
Really?
The summons will just show up. I think it's supposed to be when you're at low health.
Uh-huh.
But there's no given that it will happen.
So it's kind of just like a random encounter, like...
Yeah, and then they go God mode and kill everything, but, like, there's no way to actually activate it.
And sometimes you're just like, I remember that, yeah. And then, like, sometimes you just be sitting there and then you're all like... Man, I really wish this would happen when I was in that boss fight earlier.
Yeah. And
not fighting these 3 random hyenas out in the wild.
Yeah, it's like, boy, that looks cool, but...
Yeah. It's like, why? There was, another thing. I think another game that did that really bad is... Oh, I already said that. The Shadow of games is like the games just aren't finished when they're coming out. That's something that really dampens my experience, like severely.
Yeah.
And then another thing I don't like about games is just like there's certain types of gameplay I don't like. You know, like I think last time when we talked about games that we like and what makes games fun, I talked about how I didn't enjoy platformers. Oh, excuse me. And that's just something that is just a personal thing. I don't find platformers fun at all. Like, I've been into a couple of platformers, and it's just like, it's not that I don't enjoy them. It's more like, if it comes down between a platformer and any other type of game, I'm not going to choose the platformer. Unless it's one of those point-and-click games. Those are also something I really don't like.
Yeah, I used to love those, man. Like... What's like those I Spy games we had in elementary school?
Oh, dude. I remember playing those, but I hated them. I think that's why I don't like those games. It's because of those, like, I Spy games and stuff that we used to have. Yeah, I never liked those.
We also had Bookworm.
Oh, dude, I remember Bookworm. And there was, like, you built the words and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a turn-based RPG, but with words.
Yeah, that was epic.
It's on Steam.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I might just get that, man. That was a cool game.
But as for game styles I don't necessarily like any games in a professional sports manner. I like some Mario Party games where I'll hit a ball
sports
around.
games are not fun.
I don't like football, wrestling.
That checks off everything. They're not finished. They have really bad DLC.
Yeah.
There's microtransactions everywhere. The controls are never that great. Everything about them. I hate sports games.
I'm pretty easygoing with everything else. I don't really like. What was I gonna say? I don't like it when games are too long. I can play through some long games, but I don't like every game I play to be long. It's just.
And then your favorite game is Persona 5.
One of my favorite games. Like, I guess maybe sometimes I'm just like. The way they're structured, maybe. I think because it was a continuous story, it kept me engaged.
Yeah.
But, like, when it's Fallout New Vegas, I'm like, okay, I'll take a break from this.
Uh-huh.
And I can hop back into it. Turn-based games also kind of turn me off. I can tolerate them now a lot better than what I could. And I'll play some, like, I want to get into some Final Fantasies just because I like the stories. Even Persona 5, but... Yeah, it's something I can get through. It doesn't hamper the... I'm pretty easygoing if it's not a sports game.
Yeah. Talking about, like, game length is, like, I think the sweet spot for a game is between that 25 and 40-hour mark.
Yeah, man.
Like, right in the middle there, you know? Like, somewhere 30-something hours or so, or a little bit over 40.
Yeah, man. I don't need 100 hours.
Yeah. No, and I don't think anybody wants, like, usually people don't want 100 hours in a game.
Yeah. No.
Like, because most people don't have the time to sit there and play, like, 100 or 150 or 200 hours of one specific game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there'll be these games, or, like, EVE Online or something like that. It's like, I can't get into that, man. That's gonna...
Yeah.
I think that's why I don't play MMOs. It's because...
Oh, yeah, like, there's just so much to do and so much content, and it's almost overwhelming, you know?
It is. It overwhelms me. I guess
that's another genre of games that I'm not really into. It's just MMOs.
Yeah.
The only MMO I've ever played for any amount of time and liked it was
Onigiri.
No. Elder Scrolls Online. That game is actually pretty fun, and I'd like to hop in it every so often.
I think it's actually pronounced Onigiri.
Onigiri?
Yeah.
Onigiri?
Yeah.
Onigiri?
I think it's Onigiri.
Wasn't onigiri a food?
Onigiri?
Yeah, onigiri or onigiri. What is it?
I think onigiri is a food.
Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. That'd be weird if they named an MMO after just some sort of food.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls, I had fun when I played it. I think I'd also be into Final Fantasy XIV Online. From what I've seen, that looks like a really good MMO.
I heard that DC Universe Online's pretty fun, and I've played it a little bit, and it's okay. Mm-hmm. I remember a long time ago, dude. You got it on your mom's laptop.
It ran like
it was dog poop, dude. But I remember you were all like, "Dude, look, I'm a superhero. I'm like Robin." Yeah. You had like this little staff, and you had like you basically just tried to recreate Robin. That was your goal.
That's actually where my username for all my stuff came from.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "What's a good superhero name?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, Sniggetiz. That's so good."
Didn't you used to play games with people and like you had Skype, right?
Minecraft. I played Minecraft with people.
Yeah, and then like I remember you were telling me there was this girl that you thought you really liked, and I was like, dude, I don't think you like this girl. He's like, nah, man, she sounds really cute. And then like you're like, yeah, she calls me Sniggy and stuff. I was like, I don't know, man, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then you said there was that old guy that told you a whole bunch of weird stuff, and you were all like, no, he's fine, though.
He's in Germany, but now knowing what I know about internet privacy and how he kind of, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of weird, too, how he's like, I was like, oh, hey, sorry, I'm not your friend, after he started texting me, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay. How are you doing?" And I was, now that I think, I was like, oh, that's a little weird. I'd probably still go into it nowadays, though. Still. See where it leads.
Well, I think you'd have, like, a different, like...
Yeah.
Because, like, I think back then you were like, oh, this guy's talking to me. That's cool.
That's cool. I need more Skype friends. We can play Minecraft together.
And then you'd say, like, you said that guy said weird stuff, too, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't want to get into
let's not get into it. But, man, dude, you could have had bad stuff happen to you.
I know, now thinking about it, I'm like, he said all this weird crap to me, and I was only in 5th grade.
Dude, that's freaking weird.
Like, back then I was like, yeah, it's cool, we're just 2 dudes, but now that I think about it, I was like, man, I was like freaking 10. And
he was like 45 years old. All right. Let's get back to the main conversation that we're having.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Something that really makes me not like a game is whenever there's either little story or no story at all.
Yeah. I don't enjoy that either.
Like, it's not something that... Okay, I guess it depends on the game, but if it's like a narrative... Like, a game... Like an action-adventure game.
Mario.
Yeah. But, an action-adventure game like the Uncharted series or The Last of Us or Red Dead Redemption 2... there needs to be something driving me on because, like, even if there is, like, this stuff happening, I'm like, but why is it happening? You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's my biggest thing. I said it in the last episode that there needs to be a why in a game for me to enjoy it. And if there isn't a why in a game, then I just don't enjoy it at all. Like, okay, I shouldn't say that because there has been games that I have enjoyed thoroughly that I didn't really have a why.
Yeah. I like the games without a why when I'm like calling someone or I just need something to do.
Yeah, like a survival game or something.
Mm-hmm. Or even like you won't be like this because it's not what you like, but I like to throw on platformers when I'm talking to people.
Oh yeah.
I play Mario Odyssey all the time when I don't get much done because I'm not focusing on anything. I've done a lot more than what I thought I would have just by screwing around.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that's one thing. Like for me, like I never stick with the game long enough for me to find out if I enjoy it, or I just don't enjoy it whenever I don't have a why.
Yeah, like, I know we talked about the main reason why we play games is to have fun, but I also, like, I have a lot of fun by getting into these really nice stories, and when I don't have that, it feels like I could be playing a game with a really interesting story.
Oh, yeah, and then I think games are one of the main mediums I use for enjoyment as well. And then I feel like my time's kind of wasted whenever there's either like no sense of progression because there is no like narrative plot points or anything, you know, and you're just kind of going through.
Yeah.
And then but then in like platformers and stuff, there is that like sense of progression because, you know, there's levels and stuff. But if there's like, and then even in a survival game, there's that sense of progression. Like, man, okay, so I got, like, I finally built a gun or something, you know. But if there isn't that at all, then I'm just like, I don't even want to play this. Like, Dark Souls games, like, I don't know. I've enjoyed what I've played of them. Like, I like the gameplay.
But you can, like, level up.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like I'm making progress when I'm playing. I don't know what it is.
I get you.
And I think that's another thing. There has to be some sense of progression for me to enjoy a game. If there isn't, then I'm usually not going to play it for very long.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of upset on that. Like, I know I'm kind of talking about down on, like, non-progressive games, but it kind of just changes depending on the day for me.
Oh, yeah, like, I'm not saying, like, there's no way that I can, and I'm not saying that there's, like, no way I can't enjoy a game that has that stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like I usually don't.
Oh, here's another thing I hate. Yearly releases. I don't enjoy a game when I have a hard time playing Call of Duty games because I know the game I have will be the inferior version of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't enjoy that. I don't like when games are churned out on a cycle.
Yeah, I can see that being like leading to a decrease in quality.
Yeah, or like it feels repetitive because when they're churned out on a yearly cycle, the devs don't have enough time to actually take any feedback, and the game's play just starts feeling really samey. The graphics don't improve much. It's just
Well, yeah, like, okay, but a lot of people don't, like, I know you probably know this, but a lot of people don't realize that, like, whenever there is a yearly release in games, that game is still in development for 4 years, 3 or 4 years.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
devs don't have time to take in.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, a lot of people are all like, man, we got all these futuristic Call of Duty games 3 years in a row.
And that's why
And then-
they started,
and then-
after about 3 years after, they started to...
Yeah, they started to do, like, because everyone was all like, oh, man. Like, because it was right around, I think it was probably Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, right?
Yeah.
Probably around there where they were all like, man, I really want some boots on the ground stuff. And then they released Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and Infinite... no. There was Advanced Warfare. That was whenever they were like, man, I really want boots on the ground stuff. Then they released Infinite Warfare and then Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
And then both of those games were all futuristic and stuff. And then people are all like, man, I just really want boots on the ground stuff.
And then World War II came out.
Yeah. And they said that back at Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, yeah.
So then they were like, oh, we better start developing a game like that.
Yeah.
And then even with games like Assassin's Creed and stuff, they actually took a break because they're all like, all right, we actually need time to take in people's
And most of their
input.
games are still taking break. It's about every 2 years now. Instead
Yeah.
of, and I think that's good, especially with how long they're becoming.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I really want to play that game. I enjoy it when I play it, but it's almost scary. It's daunting to me because my little brother, he has 150 hours in the game. Yeah, he has 150 hours in the game. He's like, yeah, I still haven't beat the 3rd DLC yet. And I'm like, dude. But then he is like the type of person that goes and does like side stuff for 50 hours and then will play the story for 10.
I'm that type of person too because, and I think that's why I feel overwhelmed with like really long games because usually with really long games the story isn't what keeps you going. It's all the side stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to know I've done absolutely everything in that game before I set it down. So, but I just stay away from playing those games because I'm not the type of person who will just skip over things. I want to go into every little crevice and...
Yeah, for me, I've learned, okay, I used to be like that, but then I learned, like, especially with RPGs and stuff, I've been like, all right, I'll play through the story and stuff and do side stuff here and there, you know, but then I'm like, but then next time I play through the game, I'm going to find stuff that I didn't find before.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't like replaying games.
Yeah, I replay games all the time.
There's certain games I'll replay, like a Persona game I probably wouldn't ever replay just because they're so freaking long.
Uh-huh.
But Kingdom Hearts is different for me because, especially the older ones, because it's nothing really open or time consuming.
Yeah.
Like, at most I could just skip the cutscenes, but like, it's fairly linear. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It won't take long. Breath of the Wild. I think, okay, here's another thing about long games. I don't like it when they're overly long, but sometimes games just hook me, you know? Like, they keep me there longer than I normally would. I don't really know what it is about them, but it keeps me coming back.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is it's a pretty meaty game, you know? I beat it, I would say, around 40 or 50 hours.
Yeah.
You know, but usually... like, the type of game that I spend 40 or 50 hours in has, like, a ton of side stuff. It's got, you know, like, leveling up system, all kinds of stuff, like, all these mechanics that I'm invested in. But then Red Dead Redemption 2, the only thing that was pushing me forward was the story. That's what had me invested.
Yeah.
And then there was also a lot of, like, really cool, like, switches up in gameplay as you're playing through the story and stuff. Like, there's stuff that you usually don't do, or stuff that happens that's all like, oh, okay, this is cool. But... yeah, it's You gotta play that game, man. It's such a good experience.
Yeah. I'll play it after Final Fantasy VII, Cyberpunk. What else is coming out?
After Final Fantasy VII, Cyberpunk, whatever CG Projekt Red puts out after Cyberpunk, I'll get to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, so there are exceptions to our stuff. I'm really excited for the new Assassin's Creed, though. I haven't been a big fan of the newer ones. I haven't checked out Odyssey, though. Origins was fine. I honestly don't know why I put down Origins. Their faces mess with me a little bit, but I didn't think it was inherently bad. I set it down for some reason.
I remember you were trying to tell me that there was, like, you came up with some, like, really weird, like, you were like, I didn't like the way the people moved.
I don't. I still don't.
Why?
I think it's their faces. I think it's the art style they use. Bayek? Yeah. Bayek's face looked okay, but then, like, some of the NPCs and stuff I'd look at, and so, like, something looks really uncanny about them.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it really bothered me. Like, it was enough for me to put down the game for a while, and I never went back to it.
Do you even still have it?
No, I sold it.
Yeah.
I need to get Fire Emblem.
CJ. You sell so many good games.
To get better games.
No.
Yeah.
They're objectively worse.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They're two completely different games.
Yeah, but Fire Emblem's objectively worse. Look at the sales numbers, man.
Fire Emblem, okay, it probably didn't actually sell as much as Origins. But it did really well for a Fire Emblem
But then
game.
think about what other games did you sell for that game?
There was another game that...
Spider-Man?
Yeah, I sold Spider-Man.
He freaking sold Spider-Man, guys.
To get a good game.
Are you ever gonna touch Fire Emblem again?
Yeah, I still have some more playthroughs to go on it. I have the DLC, which should be coming out at the end of this year.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Stop being, what's the word? Rational.
Well, yeah, I see it. I play a game, I beat it. I don't think I'll play it again, and it'll drop in price, so I'll just go back and pick it up when I feel like it.
But the thing is, you save more money if you just keep the game.
Not really.
Unless it's a game you know for sure you're never going to play again.
Because the thing with Nintendo games is they never drop in price, while other games do. So I can even go and get, like, Spider-Man Game of the Year edition, which the DLC altogether probably costs about $20 for the game. So I can go buy the $20 Game of the Year edition on a sale, and then it'll come out even, or even make more money.
Nah, you're crazy.
No, it makes sense.
Again, you're being rational, and I don't like that. Stop being like that. How long has this podcast been going? What are we at? Let me check. Oh man, 30 minutes.
Crap, man.
I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about.
I guess there's not too much I don't hate about games. I hate it when... let's spin the wheel. What do I hate?
Minorities.
I hate it when they have I wasn't speaking about minorities. I wasn't flowing off of
that
point.
was a joke.
I hate it when games use unconventional control schemes and you can't change them. So, like, you're playing a shooter, but it's like, shoot with triangle. It's like...
What? Yeah, I've played games like that. And every single time, you're like... And it's always like one of those games where you have to play through that game. And you have to play through that game, and that's the game you play. Because if you go and play like another shooter or something, you'll start trying to play that game like that shooter, and you're like, what? My hands.
Yeah, but we're recording a Dead Space series right now, and we have to record it on weekends only.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to play it, and we're always like, what the... I think Elson's a little better at it than I am, but I'll always come back and be like, I don't know what to do because the control scheme is just a little weird.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's pretty standard horror game, and you're like, I don't play horror games.
Like, I'm playing it from a third person, like, action game perspective.
Yeah, and you're like, what? How does? Yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get those uploaded?
When we finish it.
Oh.
I don't want it to be like sporadic bursts, so we have 2 episodes.
Okay, I got you. I got you, buddy.
Yeah. Unless you want to.
We should. I think we should just put out something, you know? Like an episode a week or something. So we're not, like, too pressed for it.
But then, like, I don't know, wouldn't it be better if someone could, like, it could be like a Netflix thing. It's like, do we want to be Netflix or Disney Plus?
Like, putting out an episode every week or all together?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Disney Plus is doing pretty well.
So is Netflix, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, people are looking at the stats like, oh man, more people are watching more watch time for The Witcher in the first week, and then I'm like, yeah, because the whole series came out in a week. And I'm like, The Mandalorian, that didn't happen.
Should we protect people? Because I don't think people know how to actually take care of themselves and manage their time wisely. And our content's just too good. They're going to keep watching more.
Mm-hmm. Everyone that watches is going to get addicted.
All 12 of our subscribers.
Oh, why? Why is she uploading more? Why do you only have 18 videos this week? I need 45.
Dude, Emily, I know she'll have these sporadic bursts where she'll find a YouTuber and she's like, I gotta watch all their videos. And then, like, in a week or two, she'll be like, I'm watching this. I was like, what about the YouTuber you were just watching? She's like, oh, I got bored of them. And she'll, like, go through their content. And it's like, what?
Have you ever, like, really, like, got into a YouTuber, though, and you watch every video that they ever published?
Well, it depends. Like, a YouTuber like Caleb City where he does skits. I'll watch.
Yeah.
But if it's, like, Jacksepticeye, I'm not gonna...
Or, like, maybe, like, or have you ever been, like, just, like, you'll be on your recommended, like, page, and then you'll be looking, and you're like, oh, they did a series on this, and you click on it, and you just watch the playlist of that series?
Yeah, if it's a series I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not gonna go through every upload of Jacksepticeye because he used to upload, like...
I do.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't understand how people would, like, upload 4 videos a day, every day. That's crazy.
No, I can kind of get it if they're, like, 20-minute videos and they just play a game. They don't do any editing. It's really easy to do. Like, a lot of people who upload from their PS4 or something, they'll just record some gameplay and put it up.
Yeah.
But we're not like that, man. We're
professionals.
We're professionals. We've only been doing this decently for, like, 2-3 weeks.
4
weeks. 1 month.
5.
5 weeks. 1 month and a week.
No, you know, 6 weeks.
18 months.
18 months and 6 days.
That'd be really bad, especially for all the what we have out.
Yeah, all we have is us talking and then a video, a couple other videos where we're not talking.
At all. There's no commentary.
Well, I mean, we're playing games and talking. We are talking in those videos. All right.
What else is there?
I hate it when a game just what's the word? It's broken.
Oh yeah, and instead of sending out like free updates to fix it, they like make you pay.
Yes. They're all like, "Oh, so there's this thing. They said that it didn't work very well. They said this gun was too overpowered, so now you can pay $5 and make the enemies harder and unlock a new difficulty."
It's like, what the heck? Now, I might be in the minority for this here, but it really kind of does irk me when a game gets put out. It's a little unfinished, like No Man's Sky, or something else. But when I understand that there was like publisher intervention that made the game go out when it wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And the devs do try their hardest to put out free updates to fix the game. I think that's admirable, and that doesn't bother me. But when they start making me pay for the content that should have been in the game, like Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts 3, no matter how good I think the content is, or even if I buy it, it still makes me get angry.
Yeah.
I'm a shill. I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna be happy about it.
I bought Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind because there's gotta be... Everyone has that one series they're soft towards, okay? They're just weak.
Like, for me if, I don't know, a Dragon Age game came out. Because I don't care what people say. Dragon Age Inquisition is not that bad of a game, guys.
Except for the multiplayer.
Yeah, the multiplayer that's not even part of the game. But, and then, dude, Mass Effect Andromeda, okay, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Okay? It's not, I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but Mass Effect Andromeda was okay.
The shooting looked okay.
The combat was cool and stuff, and then I genuinely enjoyed a lot of the companions.
Okay, like, even if it was good, I couldn't play that game just because, like, it's too technically awful for me to play.
No, it's not, man. People threw it away out of proportion.
No, I watched people play it.
It's not that bad anymore. Maybe it's because I got it whenever it was late. Like, it was like, I think it was probably a year after it came out. There was a lot of updates and stuff for it, and I got it for $5. So that could be why I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
And you change your opinion on it. You're never too confident. Sometimes you'll call me and be like, I'm not sure if I like it or not.
Like, I'll just call you at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, dude, I've been thinking, man. Like, I played Mass Effect Andromeda like 2 years ago, and I don't know if I liked it.
Like, dude.
Like, I beat it. And, like, I had fun, but I don't know if I, like, really liked it.
Austin, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
Dude, it's kind of like Dragon Age 2. Like, I was playing it, and I was liking it, but then, like, there's just bits in there that I really didn't like, so I didn't finish it, but then I finished Mass Effect Andromeda, so I don't know if I liked it.
Austin, you've called me 4 times tonight. Please go to bed.
Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is a bad game. Okay, if you want to know what I don't like about games, play Dragon Age 2. And that's everything I don't like about games.
You don't like medieval fantasy?
No, I love medieval fantasy. No, but Dragon Age 2, okay, this is actually something. It was whenever they... what are you doing? Were you just licking your shoulder?
No, go. Keep going.
So I hate it whenever they like reuse assets and stuff a lot. You know, or because in Dragon Age 2 they did this thing where they're like, oh, you have to go to this cave. There's this guy in this cave that's been killing kids or something. Then I'd be like, all right, I'll go to the cave. And then I go to the cave, but then I was like, wait a second. This is the same cave I went to whenever there was that lady that got kidnapped. And you walk around and you're like, but why? They said it's a different cave.
It's like playing Mount and Blade Warband, and whenever you fight bandits in the water, they always have the same hideout. It's like, I thought this hideout was over in this other place too, halfway across the map.
Yeah, that's weird. Or like you go into a castle and you're like, what? Man, it's kind of weird how every castle looks exactly the same.
It's kind of weird why there's only 5 different versions of noble ladies, huh?
I mean, they're all smoking, but man.
Dang, I wish. Honestly, if I ever saw an NPC from Mount and Blade Warband in real life, I'd probably scream and run away from them.
Dude, the character creation in Mount and Blade was awesome.
Well, my character didn't look bad, but that's because they made him have like loads of facial hair to cover up his nasty facial structure.
Like literally all he is hair.
Yeah.
It's just like his hair's long and like covering his face, and then he has a giant beard.
That's basically what he did. Yeah, he had like low overhanging hair.
And then just a giant beard.
Yeah.
And it's like, yep, there we go.
And I tried to cover his face with a mask when I could.
Like you do with every RPG that you play.
I do. I'm like actually really bad at character.
Yeah, dude. I'm imagining like your cyberpunk character. Like you're gonna be like, dude, I think I did really good. And then I'm gonna see it. It's gonna be like purple skin or something. One of his ears are going to be bigger than the other. And be like, look, dude, no, that's on purpose. Okay, I made it look like he has like cybernetics in one ear, so like I made one ear really big.
And then I wanted to make it look like he painted his skin.
Because he didn't like it when people like judged him for his race.
So he just got like purple cybernetic plating.
So now he's not any race, man.
He's purple.
He is the most minority of minorities. The most minute of minorities. Let's go, Dad. Dad, I'm stretching. Ah.
So, man, what's another thing? I hate it when games restrict me for like some unnecessary reason. Like I was playing Mario Party and it's like use the Joy-Cons, and it's like why do I need to use the Joy-Cons? My controller has motion sensitivity. Why can I only use one Joy-Con? Why can't I use both Joy-Cons like a controller? Like that's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
I hate it. Or like
you sit down to play a game on the Kinect and you're sitting there with the controller and it's like, please stand up, wave your hand. You're all like, what? I want to play with the controller.
That's not that makes sense.
You throw the controller at the TV, you're like, I wanted to play with the controller.
Now there are some Kinect games I wish I could use a controller on because they were just so awful.
Remember that Star Wars Kinect game?
Yeah.
Dude, there was that Rancor Rampage one. That was actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
Remember we only had the demo. Me and you both only had the demo for that game.
I have the full game.
You do?
I still have it in my other room.
Bro, that game was amazing.
Yeah.
The Rancor Rampage was just the best part of that game.
Yeah, I remember only playing Rancor Rampage. I played through the campaign once.
Yeah, dude. And then the campaign was just bad.
Yeah, the campaign was awful. I don't remember any. I remember like running through a forest and there's like this Twi'lek lightsaber lady, and she told me to do something.
Yeah, like use the Force.
Yeah, she probably said some of that.
Yeah, it was stuff like block the blaster bolts with your lightsaber. And then you're like, okay, use the Force. Use it. And then you'd have to bring out your hand and be all like, whoa.
Okay, I want to bring something up, then I'll get into that. I want to make a point about something. But, or like Animal Crossing when it restricts like how you move save data or something like it's saying.
Oh, yeah.
You can't transfer your data to a new console.
Yeah, the whenever there's restrictions on the game that make it hard for people to play the game, then that's just not good. That's just not that nobody's gonna find that enjoyable.
No, and it doesn't even make any sense. Like, did Nintendo think they're going to sell a ton more Switches by only making you only needing to have one island on Animal Crossing, one save on Animal Crossing per Switch?
Like they're like, oh man, I guess if you don't want your little brother to play on your save, you better just.
I mean, it's a weird system they have because from what I understand, he won't mess with your character. He'll have another character, but he can only interact with your island.
So.
I think that no one quote me, no one get mad. But I think that's how it works.
That'd be so strange.
But I think that's what it is because I think they're touting the community features of it too.
So they're all like, you'll be playing and you're like, oh, did you hear about Johnny? He made me help me plant a tree. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, wait, you know Johnny? Here, take money because Johnny.
And you'd be like, what the heck is Johnny doing on my save? Johnny, you have your own Switch!
No! This is what you get, Johnny! I wanted to help Mr. Raccoon plant this tree. No, please!
Why did you say that Animal could move off my island? He was my favorite!
Oh, God. I've never played Animal Crossing.
You haven't?
Well, yeah, I did. I lied.
I like it to a point, but then after a while, like, I'm like, oh man, I want to get a mansion, and I'm like, I don't want to get this many bells. It's so annoying to get money in that game. I'd honestly rather, like, get a job and be a tax accountant in Animal Crossing than go around and collect bugs or something.
Yeah, isn't there this lady that's been playing, like, the same Animal Crossing profile
she
for,
has like 100 million bells or something crazy.
Yeah, like, she has, like, some, like, 1,000 hours or something in it, like...
I think it was like she's been consecutively playing for like 3 hours a day for the past 5 years or something like that.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember the kid went over. She's like, I have about 100 million bells. She's like, Grandma, what? She's like, yeah. He's like, that's actually insane, Grandma. She's like, oh, it's not. How much do most people have? He's like, maybe only like 1,000 or 2,000.
That's crazy, Grandma. What if she's all like, oh, I've also been playing Doom in my spare time?
I beat the campaign in about 100 times.
She's like, I can play it on ultra violent.
Take that, you
ninny.
you ninny. Yeah. Anyway, what I was gonna say after that was unnecessary motion controls or like overly gimmicky things. Mainly motion controls.
Oh yeah.
Like Skyward Sword, a good game. I actually kind of enjoyed the motion controls there. I thought it made it a little unique, but then it makes it hard to like remaster or anything or port. But anyway, that aside, like that shouldn't hamper why they made the game. Oh, okay.
I'm not leaning on him. You are.
Thank you, viewers. You feel very warm.
Okay, so
Like,
I think another thing that I hate about games is whenever they have bad music.
dude, bad music. Oh!
It's the worst.
No one likes bad music.
Like, a game with really bad music, in my opinion, is, what's it called? Oh my god. I just had it, it's gone.
NBA 2K?
No.
Probably.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Is the music bad?
Yeah, I did not like the music at all. It was all just like, either there was no music or the music that was there was just like so boring. It was uninspired. I hated the music. But then, that gameplay though.
That gameplay, though.
Yeah, man, I don't know how I feel about Mass Effect Andromeda. I know everyone hates it, but I'm like, I mean, you know.
You see, Final Fantasy 15, one of the only things I did like about the game was the music.
Yeah, I'm never really a huge fan of a lot of Japanese music in games.
Dude, it's some of my favorite. You know, I think we complement each other. You know, you're more the Western guy, and I'm more of the, like...
The weeb.
Yeah.
Shall I get Death Stranding, man?
You might like it. I've thought about getting it from time to time.
Man, that game looks like it's actually really cool.
It does.
Dude, my hair goes everywhere, man.
I wonder how that's going to sound on recording, like, with you coming from different angles.
Whoa. Yeah. Alright. Well, how long have we been doing? If we get it, like, 40 minutes or something.
Oh, I also don't like graphics that are just bad. Like, they're not stylistic. They're just nasty looking.
I'm sure that's not a fun thing.
Yeah. I think
graphics don't really bother me ever that much. Like, I've never actually played a game where I've been maybe only one game I've ever played. I've been like, I can't play this because of how it looks.
What game?
I can't think. Because it's not very important to me.
Not very important to me either. There has to be at least one game I've played, but, like, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just the thought of it. Like, something so nasty I can't even, like, put my face to it.
Fallout 3, you say you can't play that game.
No, it's not because of the way... It's that they reuse character assets all the freaking time.
Do they?
From when I played it like about 5 years ago, so I should probably try it again.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
But, oh yeah, games I can't play anymore. Oblivion. Yeah, that's it. I like the way Morrowind and Skyrim look, but Oblivion's just nasty.
That's it. Just Oblivion. Yeah. I think I'm pretty well I can't think of any games off the top of my head that I've been like, I can't play this anymore. It looks too bad. But really, I think that's really all I could think of that makes me like not enjoy a game is like if there's no story, if the music's bad, if just gameplay mechanics as well. And it really just depends on the game, you know.
Yeah.
Graphic style sometimes. I forget all that we've talked about. Microtransactions, an unfinished experience.
Yeah. Like, some games can get crazy, like, you know, that Dead or Alive 5, how all the DLC adds up to, like, $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Sims DLC, that's pretty awful, too.
Sora's a small boy on that shirt.
So,
What's Sora's canon height?
I don't know. He's taller than Mickey Mouse.
How tall is Mickey Mouse?
He probably has a canon height somewhere.
You should start closing out, man. I'm gonna look up Mickey Mouse's height.
You're gonna keep this in there, right? Are you gonna let everyone know what it is?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so what should I talk about?
Your favorite rap group.
I don't have a favorite rap group.
What about band?
What?
Band. Your favorite band.
Oh, I thought you were saying the name of a rap group.
Band.
Band. I didn't know if you were talking about our school band, a rap group name band. My favorite band would probably have to be Ross Lynn.
Mickey Mouse.
My favorite band, I really like MCR.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have proof of that?
No, I guess I don't.
Come on. Mickey Mouse's height. Come on. We're about to figure out, guys. He is 2'3".
2
feet 3 inches.
2 feet 3 inches.
And then here, I'm gonna look up Sora. Sora Kingdom Hearts height.
Look up Sora Kingdom Hearts length.
4'4".
That's probably speaking for the first game, right?
Maybe.
Because I bet he's taller in Kingdom Hearts 3.
How tall is Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1? Sora's actually 6'6"?
What? No.
What?
Or they knew his height would be an issue around most of his much shorter Disney cast, so he is made to appear shorter by camera tricks for its perspective.
And all of his co-stars standing on boxes? Dude!
So the model, okay, that's a technicality.
Nah, man.
If the model's that big, but he doesn't appear that big in-game.
Dude, he's just a giant.
No, there's even characters bigger than him. Riku's taller.
Dude, then he must be like 7'6", dude! Dude! Wow!
I think Aqua's taller than Riku. Yin Sid's the tallest character.
Isn't Olaf like 5 foot something?
No, there was like some kind of weird error on Google, but it was a joke. It was a meme. When you looked up how tall was Olaf, it was like 5'5" or something.
Dude, that'd be amazing. Imagine how cool it would be to have a 5'5" tall snowman with these giant women surrounding him.
People go to Norway and they're like, I don't know what kind of stuff they're doing there.
But the ladies are big.
The ladies are big, and so are the snowmen.
Alright.
Norway, the place where women are big and the snowmen are bigger.
No, the snowmen are big and the women are bigger.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I forgot.
Learn.
Bye, guys. I'm gonna go cry.
This has been the Mr. Nerds podcast.
Brought to you by your hosts.
I was about to say JRPG Junkie. Camel X.
And Stubborn Weeb. I thought I was gonna give it to you, and I was like, wait, your channel name's not Stubborn Weeb. Yeah, we are the Misfit Nerds.
And we'll talk to you later.
I hope you have heard us right.
Please like and subscribe.
We're desperate. But we also love you guys.